Welcome to Bruges, the most beautiful city in Belgium. Bruges is known as one of the best preserved medieval towns in Europe.
Chock full of incredible medieval architecture with lots of small cobblestone streets, canals and bridges. You will find plenty of articles on the internet calling Bruges the most beautiful city in all of Belgium. Some say even the most charming town in all of Europe. But despite the fact that we are Belgian, we have actually never been here ourselves. So this is our first time in Bruges. Immediately, this is one of the most famous picture-perfect views of Bruges that you can find. The canals here, beautiful buildings on both sides. Look at those towers in the distance.
Almost looks like we took a wrong turn somewhere and ended up in Venice. I promise you it's not. This is Bruges, but it is also called the Venice of the North. The really nice thing about Bruges is that you can just walk along the canals here and you have these beautiful medieval houses pretty much everywhere. And there's loads of bridges here. I think that's actually why it's called Bruges, because Brugge in Dutch means bridges. I'm actually not sure if that's true, but
let's pretend it is for the purpose of this video.
Yes, yes.
The thing about Bruges is that even just after 2 minutes of being here, I cannot believe how beautiful it is actually, because a lot of cities you have like these really pockets of beautifulness, and then other parts are just like meh, average. Everything so far, everywhere you look, the buildings are extraordinarily beautiful, and it's like walking into this little medieval fairy tale landscape. So far, loving it. And I'm not just saying that because I'm Belgian, it's actually true.
I love these small little alleyways here in Bruges, and they have really funny names actually, because this one is called the Blind Donkey Street. I don't know what happened exactly, but that's the name. How weird is that?
Look at this, guys. This must be one of the most beautiful buildings for McDonald's in the world. The weather today is actually super un-Belgian. Look at those blue, clear
sunny,
blue
26
skies.
degrees, can't believe it. Yeah, sometimes on a Tuesday we have summer.
I remember the summer of 2021 like it was yesterday. It was on a Tuesday.
A bit of a running joke in Belgium. So here we are at the main square of Bruges, the Market Square. Very, very beautiful square, probably the most beautiful square in all of Bruges. You can see here behind me the beautiful colored medieval houses. They date back to the 15th, 16th century, when Bruges was actually one of the richest cities in the whole world. And here we have the Belfry Tower. It's more than 80 meters high, 366 steps to go. There's no elevators there. Dude, it's still medieval right here.
Stretching here a little bit. It's gonna be quite a hike up there, but the view from up there is supposed to be one of the best panoramic views of all of Bruges. We'll hopefully get to see it if we can find the entrance for the ticket booth.
Says here you can buy them online as well. I don't know what a ticket booth is. I have no idea. What? 14 euros? That's crazy. No, per person. That's insane. Should we still do it?
Yes.
Yeah?
It's supposed to be worth it, so we're gonna do it, but I swear to God, that better be the best damn view of Bruges I've ever seen in my life.
Time to head up. This is one small step for Nick.
This is it. That actually was not too bad.
Okay, no. It's 112 out of 366 steps. So no, we're not even 1/3 of the way there. We made it. I'm gonna take the mask off for a second because it's so hot with the mask on, but the views, they're totally worth it. Look at this. You can see very, very far away all of the city of Bruges. Time to have a quick little lunch here at this beautiful square. Here they offer 3-course menu for just 25 euros. First course are shrimp croquettes, one of Belgium's specialties. Pretty hot, super good. Filled with a paste made out of shrimps, and you can see there's also real shrimps in there. These are called soles. They're actually fish that are flat. They live on the bottom of the ocean floor, and they just fry them lightly with some butter, and that's just the way you're supposed to eat them. Melts in your mouth. I don't know how they do it, but this is one of my favorite fish dishes in Belgium. The only thing is it requires a little bit of work. So on the side there's still some small layer of fish bone that you carefully need to remove, and then you carefully need to cut the fillet of the main fish bone.
And then we're gonna finish off our 3-course lunch with a dame blanche, which is a vanilla ice cream with some warm chocolate sauce and some whipped cream. This is actually really good value for money. When you go to a place that has like a very cheap menu, it can often be a tourist trap. We checked the reviews for this place. They were really good, over 4 stars, and then we were like, let's risk it for the biscuit. Highly recommend going there. Portions are not huge if you take the menu, but it is really good food, good value for money, and our tummies are happy, so...
Nick also happy. Nick likes food. Simple man, like simple things.
And right as I switched off the camera, his exact words were, look at my girlfriend.
It's not true. Is there any proof of that?
Just got to this really beautiful bit right by the canal, where you even have these swans on the water, beautiful tower behind us, but in true Belgian fashion, I can feel the sky is becoming wet.
I feel at home again.
The sky is becoming wet.
It is very beautiful. I mean the sky is a bit moody now, but oh yeah. Hi there.
Apparently Bruges is very famous for swans.
I didn't even know that.
Initially we were going to wait it out, but this does not seem like the sort of rain that's gonna be gone in another few minutes. He's trying to film the rain. YouTube live. The safety, hopefully.
I think we can establish that this is a big fat lie. No precipitation for at least 60 minutes. I think I'm just gonna have to show my phone a little bit where the rain is at.
Fortunately, we have found refuge in the age-old Belgian pastime of rain drinking. Cheers.
I mean, any occasion.
There's a beer for any occasion.
Any occasion is good to have a beer, so cheers.
Castile Bier Rouge. Really good, slightly fruity, just the way I love it.
It's actually a very famous beer in Belgium because it's one of the stronger popular beers. It's called Castle Beer, Castile Beer. I think it's about 11 to 12 degrees. Like a normal beer is 5 or 6. A strong beer would be 8. If you drink a few of these,
you'll forget all about the rain.
Yeah. Good afternoon, welcome back to Bruges. Yesterday it took a long time to stop raining. It was already getting a little bit dark, and to be honest, we're also getting a little bit drunk because it took a long time for the rain to stop.
There was lots of beer involved.
So we had to onboard the mission yesterday, and now it is already in the afternoon because all morning it was raining too, but we still have a couple of hours to explore beautiful Bruges.
And to see some of its highlights.
I would see some of the highlights that we couldn't do yesterday, but we're going to show you now.
Now, before we move on to what is one of the highlights of Bruges, we want to take a moment to thank Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. We've been taking Skillshare online classes for well over a year now, and we've been using them lately a lot to improve when it comes to our editing techniques. A ton of work goes into making these videos even after we're done filming them. Usually we have about 1.5 hours of footage that we dump into this fancy editing software that we use, and we trim that down to about 10 to 15 minutes of video that we put out here on YouTube. Right now I'm taking a course by Sean Dyke on video editing techniques, where he basically teaches how to take the footage that you shot in a day and make the absolute best out of it once you get home and start editing it. One of the things I have found super useful to focus on in this course is the use of music. For example, if we stop the music right now, anything I say after that point will sound super important, and you will pay a lot more attention to that. So it's little things like that that we're trying to focus on, trying to hone in on in order to improve the quality of our videos and your viewing experience. Now, we are of course mainly focused on classes that are about video, but Skillshare is an online learning platform with literally thousands of classes. Any creative skill you're interested in learning more about, they probably have a great class on it. If you want to try Skillshare out for yourself, you can click the link in the description box below. The first 1,000 people to click that link will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice and colorful now.
I look like a Disney princess on a boat.
Hier op de prachtige rijtjes in de
What's also really nice about this type of tour is that the captain also gives you some information about the waterways. Apparently there are 16 kilometers worth of waterways in Bruges and they're between 1 and 3 meters deep, which means that if I toss Naik in here, he should be able to stand.
On average, I should be able to stand.
This boat ride actually reminds me a lot of the one that we did in the gondola in Venice.
Yep.
Except this is much less stressful, especially when we have to cross underneath the bridges.
A lot more stable too. And we don't have a swearing Italian guy at the wheel, which is always really, really nice. We decided to treat ourselves a little bit with some Belgian chocolate because, I mean, what's Belgium famous for? Waffles, chocolate and beer. And we're treating ourselves because we managed to rent out our apartment. You've seen one of our previous episodes, we told you we had to come back to Belgium to rent our apartment. New tenant is in there. I think he's very happy about it, and we are happy that we can finally leave Belgium again.
This isn't just any chocolate.
This is not just any chocolate. These are pralines, and they come from a shop called the Chocolate Line, and it's one of the best chocolate in all of Belgium. Very traditional pralines and also some really crazy stuff. I mean, chocolate with bacon. Who eats that? But
We're gonna.
try it. These look like little pieces of art, and they should because they're quite expensive actually. Cost about $12 for a box of 8.
Here's something I never thought I would say. This is with bacon. This is actually called Miss Piggy. This is with bacon and quinoa. And that's a very weird combination for chocolate. Very crunchy.
Is it weird?
Don't taste bacon? Oh, now I do. It's quite good, but if you would give me this and you wouldn't tell me there's bacon in it, I would be like, this is just a very crispy, normal chocolate thingy. This one has chili in it.
This one is just, it's death. This is good. But to be honest, I still prefer the ones from Leonidas. They're the classical Belgian pralines. They're quite a bit cheaper than these, and I think they're better value for money.
I find it very interesting how, even after more than 2 years of traveling now to places that are much more exotic, it is so nice to come back here and see a place in our own country where we've never been before, to Bruges, and to be like, whoa, this is amazing. Which just goes to show that sometimes you don't even have to go very far in order to have a nice time.
I'm gonna stock up on some chocolate before we leave to France.
Because that is going to be the next video. Next video we are going to a very, very, very special place in France. If you want to see some more Belgian food, we will link our Belgian food tour that we did here. And if you want to see our hometown that we grew up in, the oldest city in Belgium, we will put that
Most
here.
beautiful one. Oh no, this is the most beautiful one.
And we will see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye-bye.